Hey Tessa, Dusty here at Toyota of Gladstone, and I'm standing in front of this Camry XSE that we've been talking about in the last couple of days. I just wanted to show it to you and let you know that it is indeed here and talk about it, a little bit of the features with you. So this is a Toyota Camry XSE in the blue metallic color. Beautiful car. Coming in close here, show you the close-up of what these beautiful rims look like. Coming around here, you do see that right there, that little dot, that is actually one of the parking sensors. So when you start to get close to something, it's going to beep and it's going to apply the brakes if you get too close to something. All that's done with that little sensor right there. Moving around the side here, you do see there's a camera right there. That guy will come on when you are getting close to things, or if you push the 360 view button. That camera is part of that system, just to detect everything that's close to you. Again, you see another sensor here. Also, there's another sensor up in here too. So there's a radar in here, as well as a camera. I don't know if you can see it so well from up there. But in the glass, there's a little black box right there. Those two systems work together to detect the cars in front of you, detect pedestrians crossing the street, detect the lines on the road to help keep you safe. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Coming around again, I'm going to hop in the driver's seat. All right, so first things that I notice here are these buttons on the steering wheel. So I'm going to kind of talk about what everything is. Right here you've got this little directional pad. That's for navigating through the different menu options that are up there. Over here we've got for adjusting the volume. This button right here is for making your phone call. You'll press it and it'll say a command, and then you'll tell it to call Bob, or do different things like that. Right there is for answering and hanging up your phone calls, and that's a back button again for this menu, all the menus that are up there, back button, and if you get deep into those menus. Jumping around a little bit here, coming down here, if I can get squeezed in. Couple of things going on here. So this one right here, this is for automatic high beams. So when you turn your brights on, if you have this system engaged, the high beams will automatically dim when this camera up here that I was talking about earlier sees a car coming, or when you get close to the car in front of you, it'll automatically dim your brights so you're not blinding drivers. That right there is for turning on and off the traction control. So traction control is constantly moving power from left to right as it needs to. When it detects any wheel that slips, it'll move it away from that wheel to the wheels that are gripping. So you can turn that off if you don't want the system to do that. Not a lot of reasons to turn that off, but you can if you need to. Right there, that's for turning on the 360 bird's eye view camera. So if you push this right there, the screen will light up with the camera, and you can kind of see the whole area around you. The camera will automatically come on in most circumstances that you probably would want to use it, but you do have the option of forcing it to come on if you need to check something and the camera isn't already on. Obviously, this one's for opening the trunk, and this one's for opening the gas tank. Moving over here, we do have, this is the button for your smart cruise control. You'll press that button, turns cruise control on, and then once you're at the speed that you want to be at, you'll press this button to set the cruise control to a particular speed. Up here, this is for, again, for smart cruise control. This adjusts the following distance for smart cruise control. So the way smart cruise control works is you set yours to 60. Another car behind you, maybe they're going, or in front of you, is going 50. The car is going to automatically slow down to maintain a safe distance behind them. So that following distance is set right here. There's a long, a medium, and a short following distance, and you can make that adjustment right there. This right here is for the lane detection. Again, the camera is doing that, the one that's up here. It's also doing the smart cruise control and the radar that's on the front. All those systems are working together to keep you safe. It's all part of Toyota's Safety Sense. This car is equipped with a Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. So the lane detection right there, press that, detects the lines in front of you and helps keep you in your lane. If you start to drift, it'll actually correct the steering, and it will beep at you if you get too far out of the lane. The mode button for changing AM, FM, all the different things on the stereo there, and then these are for adjusting the different stations that you've got on your presets on your stereo. Coming over here, I like how Toyota is still doing this. One of my favorite things is they're keeping all of these buttons physical. So you do still have options to get around. This is a touch screen, so when this is on, you can touch different parts of it. But these buttons will get you to the main parts of the menu so that you can easily and quickly navigate to the different sections of that. Again, Toyota is keeping all of your environmental controls physical right here. So you can blow more air and less air, turn on and off the air conditioning right there, turn off the fans right there. All the different things that you would expect from your environmental controls are right there and easy to do. Cool thing down here, we do have wireless charging. So this is a charging pad. Let me get a little closer. Charging pad down here, you just throw your phone right there, and as long as it's got wireless charging, it'll start charging up. As long as the power's on. There's a little power button right there. You'd press that to make sure that the power's on. So when there'll be a green light here letting you know that the charger is on, and then when you throw your phone on there, that light will change to amber, and then when it's amber, you know that it's charging. I didn't mention yet Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This vehicle is equipped with both of those, whichever one you use. It's going to be great, and it's super easy and convenient. What you'll do is you'll tether in right there with a data cable. It does have to be a data cable, so some of the cheap ones you get from gas station won't work. You do have to use a one that will transfer data. Otherwise, you tether in right there physically, and then it'll screen mirror any compatible app right here on your phone. Right here on the dash from your phone. And then it also charges the phone if you want to charge that way. Another thing I forgot to point out is there is a little drawer right here. So if you want to store some stuff down there, this does move forward. And if your phone is on there, it actually will slide underneath and it'll stay right here in this little tray. So moving down a little bit further, got a couple more things to talk about. Eco, normal, and sports mode. What those do is they change. If you press sport mode and jiggle the steering wheel, you will feel the steering tighten. So sport mode tightens the steering, tightens the suspension, makes the throttle a little bit more responsive. All these little things, these micro adjustments to make the vehicle behave in a more sporty fashion. Normal mode is kind of an in-between sport and eco. Eco mode will force the vehicle to run a little bit more lean, not quite as heavy. If you slam the gas pedal in eco mode, you won't have quite as much pickup, get up and go. All these little things to try to make the car run a little bit more fuel friendly. And then a normal is kind of the happy medium between the two. This button right here is interesting. This is an auto hold feature. So when you come to a complete stop, when you come to a complete stop, if this is on, the car will keep the brakes applied even when your foot comes off of the brake. So the rotors or the calipers will clamp on the rotors, and it will keep the brakes applied even when your foot comes off of the brake pedal, and it keeps them applied until your foot touches the gas, and then you'll start to roll forward. So super, super handy in today's world when you're sitting in these really extremely long lines for traffic, or I don't know how crowded the line is to getting into your base, but that would be a great opportunity to use this, where you are sitting in the car's running, but you're not moving forward very quickly. Instead of having to constantly shift back and forth from park to drive, you can just turn on the auto hold. It keeps the brakes applied when you come to a complete stop until your foot touches the throttle. Last thing right down here is the electric parking brake. Automatically comes on when you put the vehicle into park, or it automatically disengages when you put the vehicle into drive. You don't really have to worry about it, but if you need to turn it on and off, you can, and that's done right there. Heated seats, there's 3 different settings. You just press the button and there'll be little orange lights here for heated seats. If you want the cooled seats, you'll press the little blue button and the lights will be green, and 3 different settings for each one. You just toggle through the settings by pressing the button again. Moving up here, and this is a big part of this feature, the panoramic sunroof. So you are going to love that, especially if you ever have to be in the back seat. Having that big sunroof really makes the car feel way more open, and you don't feel nearly as claustrophobic if you have to be in the back for some reason. The controls for that are right here. So obviously, you know, your controls for your sunroof right there. And then these are the controls for the dome lights. Pretty basic stuff. This right here is for Toyota Safety Connect. You'll flip this down and you can press this little red SOS button in there. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Press that red SOS button. That'll connect you with somebody at Toyota, and they can help you with a myriad of things. Something as simple as help, I need help programming my clock, to, hey, I need an ambulance, could you please send emergency services to our location? It's a GPS based system, so it does know where the car is when you press that button, and they can get emergency services sent to you quickly. So definitely want to take advantage of that if the circumstances ever require. Again, this is Dusty here at Toyota Gladstone. I didn't necessarily go over everything in the car, but if you have any questions about something in particular that you want me to cover, please let me know. I'd be happy to shoot another quick little video for you. Again, this is Dusty here at Toyota Gladstone. Call me with any questions at all. My cell phone number, 843-693-5644. Thank you so much, Tessa, and have a great day.